Hello and welcome everybody to the Overwatch 2 University Esports Winter Playoffs for 2023. My name is Wicket and I'm joined here by Finn. And yeah, what are the teams looking like? Who's playing for us today?
It looks like a very interesting set of games ahead of us. We've got two fairly newish teams to the playoffs of this league. Maybe they've been competing for a decent amount of time before, but they've not really been in these intense scenarios where they've had to be, really fighting for gold at this point. And it's a be all and end all for both two fairly, you could call, rookie teams in this end of the division. But what if we're going to make early predictions? Who are you betting for?
Well, we have University of Birmingham Hera, who actually have made playoffs in the summer 2023 summer season, and that was their highest placement at 14th. But Aberdeen Granite Leopards haven't made a playoffs yet to date, so and they're both pretty middling seed. I think the 9th and 10th seed, so they should be pretty evenly matched, and I'm hoping we get to see just a nice, entertaining game.
100% agree. But I do like to spice things up. So just for out of the friendly contest, I think I'm gonna be picking for Birmingham here.
Okay, I'll take Aberdeen. The Granite Leopards have got me here. They're gonna win. Underdogs, you'd love to see the underdog win. No real previous experience. Lower seed, they're gonna come in. They're gonna sweep, and they're gonna show us. We're gonna redefine the meta. But we'll go in here and we'll be looking at the rosters. All right. Small production problem. We couldn't see the rosters, but I hope you guys saw it. I hope you've picked favorites. You've seen the heroes you want. Personally, even going in blind, I still back the Leopards. I trust their favorite heroes. I've seen their players. I know they're just gonna deliver greatness.
I'm betting on Birmingham purely for vibes at this point. I believe in them. I can feel it. I can feel the energy.
I can see the player names. So who am I backing on the Leopards? I think Table's got me. A good old reliable piece of furniture, but gonna be the backbone of this team. Gonna absolutely just. I'm guessing that's a tank. I'm hoping that's a tank.
I mean, I can't really pick someone out here, but I'm really excited to see who will be my favorite player. There's always someone who shines out and gives you that little bit of. So I'm really hoping to see someone shine through here.
All right, but I think game one will be we're in a best of 5 here, so first of 3 wins. Game one will be on control. If the higher seed still picks, then it will be Hera's map pick, from what I see, it seems Ilios has been picked. We'll see if that's finalized. But what comp should we be expecting to see on Ilios?
Right. I always like a bit of a dark horse. I know everyone, they go for the Sigma, they go for the meta, but all I want to see is boots. I want to see fully optimized. This is the University League. We need to see university plays. I want to see absolute soul-crushing boots.
You gotta make it onto the highlight reel. If you're picking Ilios, I really hope there's a dive comp deep in your pockets that you're pulling out the Hammond, the Winston, the Lucio. It's the map to do it on, really. Why else are you picking Ilios?
Exactly. It's one of those cliches. Like, you get on King's Road, you run Ryan. You got to do it. Might not be the best pick, but if it's right.
It's for the culture. It's just what's right. It's just what's correct. But yeah, hopefully we'll be seeing that. And from what I see, the game is starting, and there it is. One side is rolling out with the Winston. The other rolling out with the Sigma comp here, teleporting into the lighthouse.
I like
getting there early. Despite running the slower comp, they've made it to point beforehand, and we'll see what can happen here. Pharmacy gonna try dismantle the team from afar, but Juicer, that headshot with the May just taking the Kiriko early, but Mercy with the res.
Yeah, I quite like this Farah pick here. It's quite dangerous. A lot of teams are able to be able to lock down that objective point and hold it quite strong, but the Farah pick usually is able to dismantle it, add a lot more pressure than a lot of other picks, but as I'm saying that, it didn't really go well first fight, so let's see how they switch it up.
So that's first fight going to Aberdeen Granite Leopards. Table not quite playing the tank as I was hoping, but Symmetra is a very fun choice to see on Lighthouse. It's not really... Oh, what a great Maywall! Deleting the Sigma, and Birmingham are swapped off. They've gone onto the Sigma as well. Winston is no more.
Yeah, that's just perfect play. That's what you want to see. When you're running these team comps, you want to see the team play and the abilities fully maximized for what value they can get, and that is superb play there.
Both teams here running pretty similar comps, with the only difference being a Symmetra for Ashe, and the teams using the Symmetra very well, using it to rotate off of high grounds onto their high grounds, just actually making most of his hero pick. But now we have to see if they're getting the most out of the Ashe pick. Shooting from afar, getting the dynamite, but not quite getting a kill. Window gonna deter people from peeking it, but HP is low on the entire... Oh, huge Amp-Nick. Yeah. Get it, Matt mate. Gonna die. Yeah, getting stuck into Symmetra's prison. But...
And the Sigma just being so oppressive in that team fight. The rebounds all around, nowhere on the point, you're safe. You want to hide in the corner. Sigma is going to force you out of that position, and if you try to play too defensive to avoid it, the May's just going to wall you. You're going to get dynamite to, you saw it there. The Sigma will lift you up, and of course they did get saved by the beat, but that's not going to happen every single time you're in the scenario.
Yeah, Hero with a very good team fight. Table are swapped off the Symmetra onto the Sojourn here, deciding that they no longer want to rotate. Symmetra probably just being picked from the get-go, but this Bob getting targeted, but still taking the pressure off of the rest of the team. Bob down. Wait, not getting frozen, but based the ice block from the May and dies for it. Sad Life is low, Sigma is low, but he gets a kill before he falls.
Good standard ultimate usage there.
Impeccable aim from this Baptiste, but falling to table. And is that a fight win for Aberdeen? Not quite. Ashe is still alive. 1v1 for the point. Slowly starts capping it, but no, the team comes back and gets rid of table. And Birmingham holds that point a little longer.
Yeah, I'm really loving the Ashe pick.
Ooh, pushing in for the 4. Making the 4v5 instantly to a 4v4. Ults being used on both sides. Immortality field is down from both sides as well. Gonna be down to who gets the kill first. Lucio targeting the May. Blocked by team.
Wow, gets taken down. That's the only full advantage they had.
But Lucio getting another one and making the big difference in that fight, getting 2 kills by himself.
It really all does come down to this last team fight here for the first map. Well, for the first round on the map, I should say.
This fight is going to be 90-90. Ults, a few ults on both sides, but just one on the side of Hera. May wall. Oh, May defensively walling yourself off. Beat comes in, but maybe a little too early. No ults haven't committed really yet.
Matrix from the Baptiste and a lot of pressure. The May ult trying to keep
enormous May wall and ult. Incredible. Guaranteeing the kill on that Sigma.
Yeah. Now just a clean up crew here.
Just a clean team fight from Aberdeen for that first point there.
Yeah, what do you think went wrong there?
Aberdeen got a nice early lead with the Symmetra, despite running the slower paced comp, and just Symmetra allowed them to take point control first. And the Winston, sadly, the Sigma's it's just better right now. Winston, we love to see him, but Sigma's just sadly just a better tank. I say sadly. He's fun to watch, but it's no Winston on Ilios. And then Table just swapping over when dying did very well. I don't think that Ash was quite getting the value they were hoping for.
Yeah, I feel like Aberdeen had a lot better stability in those fights. Their lamps just seemed a little bit better, well timed. They were keeping their players alive slightly better. And when you've got the Sojourn over the Ashe, the Sojourn can slide. They've got that bit of extra survive and AoE constant damage. Whereas Birmingham Hera, they've only really got the dynamite, and once that's dodged, it's kind of over.
Birmingham Hera here on the high ground, trying to chip away, but at some point they're going to have to drop onto the point. Some people getting a bit low there. There we go, they're on the point. And we'll see who comes out on top. Both Sigma shields very low here. Ash on an off angle, just trying to chip away at people, but not quite finding the kill. Oh, huge wall, gets the oh, but there it is. The slide the survivability of the Sojourn of the Ash is just pretty impactful here.
Sadlash and Sigma being forced away and losing space very quickly by the DPS on the side of Aberdeen. Just managing to make the trade on the Sigmas, but is it quite enough to win? Lucio goes to the Ash as well, makes it a little bit rougher here.
Not quite into the well, but that's before the point even get capped. Ult on the field, window down, but it's not going to make a difference. Wait, Lucio 1v1? Better Lucio wins? Wait. Oh no, that was a third party. He should have been left in an honorable Lucio 1v1 in my opinion, but it seems this fight is going the way of Hera. But it's still not been cut.
If you want to talk about team differences here, it's the Lucios making the difference.
True, this on the Ilios, not quite in the boop way we're expecting, but just in the singular raw 1v1s coming down in this map making a big difference. But May walled off from the rest of the team. Committed, but a few ults as well. There we go.
And a swift reply from Table.
Table just out the shooting range. Oh, look at that. And that's a swift win from Aberdeen to flip the point there.
Birmingham do have the bob coming up, especially with the flux. Kind of rotate back, take this point back, so Aberdeen are going to have to be careful and have something in their back pocket to be ready for this. Otherwise, they might just get steamrolled back again, and then it's resetting and have to take the point all over again.
You can see the Sigma on the side of Aberdeen is holding the front line, whereas the rest of the team falling further back, with a lot of them being hit scan and long-range characters. There's not a lot of cover on this point, so it makes sense to be playing back behind all the various pillars. And not quite as big, but window is down. Gonna have to try play around it.
I think it's just a bit of a pinch here.
Wow, Baptiste's going deep to get that immortality on the Sigma to save him, but not quite enough. Nearwall blocking the healing there.
It's the supports again on the side of Birmingham, almost single-handedly keeping them in this.
Yeah, the supports have been doing an impeccable job here. Both sides, actually. I've seen Purge's Baptiste get a lot of kills here in insane shots, but but everybody is just carrying on their own way. But it just seems that Aberdeen is just closing out these fights and getting these picks earlier.
I think in order for Birmingham to bring this back, we need to see a bit more respect from the side of Aberdeen. They're going in extremely deep. The Lucio's going for kills. The Sigma's going in behind the team. Maybe they need to just play a little bit slower and like go back to what this team comp really is, and that's poke.
Window's been committed, and Table, I think he's still running back from spawn, getting picked up early in that fight. So we'll see how this fight goes. Oh, break it down up in the air, gonna save everybody from that Sigma ult. But yeah, despite Table getting picked early, Hera was just not fast enough, didn't have enough urgency to capitalize off the pick, and Aberdeen also just slowing them down enough to allow the ult to come on deck for Table to come back into what seems to be win this team fight, but it's not going to be as easy as it looks.
Yeah, it just seems like it's a classic cleanup once more. You got the Sojourn ult.
Yeah, that's going to lock it in. Also, I knew I was backing the right word. That's the Aberdeen Granite Leopards taking map 1 on Ilios.
I wouldn't count them down and out.
No, that was no way in a sweep. That was the signs of life from Hera of the entire game, taking the point at several points, keeping it close. The first round went down to the last 5 basically.
I liked.
What do you want to see?
I liked the ego and I liked the aggression. You do need to have a strong mental to be able to win those team fights, and in a game like this where it's a high level, but it's not the Overwatch League, so you can go for these riskier plays and get a bit more creative on your own on who you are.
We saw the Lucios there being a one-man army, going for the kills and getting them and making the difference in these team fights.
But and it seems like their best attribute is becoming their greatest weakness. They are going so deep, they're getting the first kill, and it looks great for them. And then they go a little bit too far, and then the Sigma gets caught out. Maybe the Bap's alone on the high ground. We saw that a few times. And then it's cleaning up these fights after losing a couple, when really they could get that first pick and try to stabilize and have the ult advantage economy.
Yeah, Leopards have been very successfully controlling the pace of the game and slowing it down to allow them to win. Whereas Hera are holding forwards, Leopards have a May wall to slow them down, the Sigma shield and Grasp to just stop anything from happening. Bap is there with the high healing and Immer field as well. But Sojourn even, just being able to run away from any sort of pressure. So Leopards have just been really coordinated and doing a very good job at slowing down the pace of the game to what they want to be running, and just capitalizing off of it. We saw it in a few fights. Yeah, Leopards would get picked off. Table, like, importantly, that last fight, close to his ult, and got picked off. And then Hera just couldn't make it capitalize off of it because Leopards just slowed them down.
But as far as I'm aware, we are actually seeing a change already from the side of Hera. Changing that bat to someone else. Maybe that can create a little bit more team chemistry, bit of glue to hold them together, because the bat was doing amazing things and making the plays when needed, but sometimes also pushing out when not needed. So maybe this change could make them a little bit more stable.
So far, it seems Blizzard World is the pick here for Game 2. That is a loser's pick, so Hera picked this map. What do you want to... I assume we'll be seeing the Sigma again, because Sigma loves the long sightlines on this Blizzard World, but what else would you like to see on this map?
Oh, Blizzard World. It's a good map. It can be a bit slow at times, but it can also be so exciting with the right team comps. And I feel like Poke is one of those team comps where as long as you're not too slow, it can be really, really exciting on Blizzard World.
Yeah, we saw Ashe being played on the side of Hera, which absolutely loves Blizzard World. Sojourn still does very well here, but the Ashe just getting a bit of the upper hand, where the headshots at this distance make a lot more of a difference. We'll see what we'll get. We've got the nighttime Blizzard World here. What are you team daytime or nighttime on this map?
Oh, team daytime or nighttime? I've got to be daytime. You know, it's dark all the time as it is in Britain. Like winter,
True.
wake up, it's
Especially
dark.
now.
Go to sleep, it's dark. You know, if I hop on Overwatch, I want to see a bit of light.
That's the only light you're seeing in the day.
Yeah.
Waking up at 5 p.m. It's already dark. It's like, what happened? But all right, we get to see the defenders team comp guaranteed here. We've seen a Larry on the side of Aberdeen. Now, we were talking about poke on this map being strong. Larry is incredibly good in this this sort of comp.
Ah, they baited. I wanted to see
Yeah,
again.
I wanted to see the Life Weaver as well, but swapping off, keeping the same map, the same comp that we were using last time. The only main difference being Ilari for Lucio on the side of Aberdeen. But here we are on the high ground. Oh, this comp is can so easily back off. You just go there to get the little poke damage at the beginning. Sojourn here, expertly just moving up from high ground to high ground, being in the best position to pressure at all times. There it is. Maywall's up from both sides. Shields down from both sides. Will Juicer make it out alive here? Yes. Gets enough support from the team to make it out.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fairly fast but slow first fight, if that makes sense. Not too much action, but a lot of pushing.
Yeah, it was very much just two teams being very close to each other, but not quite making it through.
It's Ash, the Ash and Mate pick here. They seem to be working really well at tearing apart the defense. Even though there's not been too many kills, it just seems to be working. I feel it. The dynamite it just seems too dangerous with the mace though. Resetting here, fairly even. 2 minutes down, which, you know, respect to Aberdeen, that's almost half your time. But they are building ults. Maybe, you know, they want to take it slow. They want to build these ults. They want to hit the flux. They want to get the ults. But the problem with playing slow is Aberdeen now do have the ults to respond with. Are they good enough? That's what we'll have to see here.
What ults are we expecting to see this fight? What do you want to see? Well, there's one. There are a few.
Just seen about 4 of them used straight away, and more used from the side of defense, which is not really what you want to be doing. You want to be playing at advantage and auto economy trade. Oh, and a beautiful kill from Ash, but it's not enough. They get taken down. It's another 2 ults used by Aberdeen, and only 1 used by error. Now, Birmingham, they're going to be coming straight back into this next fight with 3 fresh ults, prime and ready to get some kills.
Very important ults that Bob just going to be able to force them to drop the point, being able to just contest it from there. Mail, if anybody, you like to stand behind a Sigma shield in this comp, so the Mail could excellently just dismantle that plan. And Sigma ult is just excellent, especially if the rest of your team is there to capitalize off of it. You're Sojourn not being popped first. Not quite getting a kill, but deterring everybody from approaching. There's the Sigma ult, gonna kill Table. Yeah, early. Bob also being committed, but he fell early.
Yes, I love that.
There we go. That is the team fight win that Hero's looking for.
That's exactly what you need from a Sigma player. To see the chaos caused by the bubble hit off your one person. Too many people get greedy with the Sigma rules. If you can get onto the high ground, get that kill, and then be able to force out the sightlines of the supports, you're not only getting the kill, you're cutting off the line of heals. That's only going to be good signs for your team fight.
Especially with Immortality in play, it's just worth getting the one pick. Who else on this team is being able to contest Table when they're just jumping from high ground to high ground? Nobody's really chasing him, so it just makes sense for the Sigma ult to be committed there.
I'm finding it surprising that they're leaving Lucio on the payload here to push it, since they know Aberdeen they're going to be coming in with a flux soon, and Lucio needs it.
Oh, there we go, Sigma ult.
Yeah.
somebody dies this level, they can hit the floor and capitalize the most field.
Potentially winnable now with the beat coming out and the 1 kill still.
But I think, sadly, losing the Sigma so early, very impactful. But point being pushed. You know what? You play the objective in this game. It's not a game for kills, it's a game for point.
Oh!
Oh, though. Getting 2 there. Gonna bring him right back into this fight.
Truly living up to the name. Oh. I mean,
Sigma falls there as well, and Bowser just the Ash alone flipped a team fight there for Hera.
Round of applause to the Ash there. The team was down and out, but 2 kills can change any team fight around.
And now we're back to poking. Both teams attempting to contest the high ground here. Juicer getting a little up, but nothing that can't be healed off.
Hera are back again with 4 ults, and this is where they get dangerous.
Ilari shooting from afar, clips 2.
Very, very
Will
low.
be able to trigger the second stage of that ult. Get some damage, yes, but immortality brought out. Point is so close to being captured. 2 ults being connected. Put into there.
So many ults coming out.
Feels
like Aberdeen are just going to be able to clinch this one through.
Yes.
Yeah. But
I think Hera committed only Bob there, but Aberdeen had to threw out so many ults during that fight.
Yeah.
I think 4.
Now we've got a Flux and a Baptiste ult. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, with Aberdeen's only response being their own Sigma as well. Going on the lower approach here.
Sigma needs to build this ult quick time and make a big play with it.
Big Flux, but will we be able to capitalize off of it? Not quite. 2 on the side of Aberdeen fall, but Hera getting a few as well. Such an even fight. We're in overtime. Such a scrappy fight.
It all comes down to the Ash again.
Ash on the high ground, just shooting at the shooting range, just getting the picks that we need. Oh, that barely making it through. But that was an incredibly clean fight from Hera after the first few picks. Oh, just picking off everybody else.
Something in that fight that was vital that people might not really pick up on there is the core mechanic play from the Sigma on the side of Hera there was beautiful. Be able to dance between your shield like that and hit your rock exactly when needed, straight after the Flux. That's a lot of pressure to be able to dodge the Flux, get your own Flux in, get a touch on the point, dodge the rock, dance around your shield. You know, it really allowed the space for Owo to really come in.
The magic of Sigma is being able to be borderline immortal whilst also just have incredible burst potential for a kill, but not proving the immortal to fight there. Monster getting a lot of resources thrown at him. But Sojourn slips away. Careful not to die to the Sojourn either.
This last point has become a bit of a steamroll.
There hasn't been a real fight here yet. Hera just been holding forward and just been getting kills as we do it.
That Bob coming out early.
Mari also committed. A few more ults on the side of Aberdeen that could be thrown into this fight. Walls up on both sides, same with the mortalities. Monster falls. It's going to be messy for Aberdeen to try and win this. It's so close, table.
Sojourn versus the Ash, and the May blocks them off.
Incredible wall from Juicer there to stop contesting in overtime. And Hera, despite struggling with first point a bit there, managed to push it almost to the end. Aberdeen, very messy fight at the end there, but managed to also, with a few good kills and a smart Maywall, win that fight there and stop the full cap.
All respect to Hera on what they've done there, but they are not going to be happy about the end of that round. So close. A support and a DPS versus 2 DPS. Some would argue the support and DPS have the advantage there, especially with the performances Ash was putting out. I could see them taking that point if 1 or 2 feet forward. I don't know. It seems like they could have took that, and I feel like that might sting a bit later on.
Hopefully, well, their plans are to hold it on first, so they don't have to worry about it. Hera are just gonna full hold here, and it won't even come down to the third point of this map.
That's what they're gonna hope.
Alright, what are the defenders rolling out here?
I saw you training yesterday.
The same comp they've been using.
Can I give you a tip?
the whole time. Nothing quite new. Makes sense. The comp does a lot of work on Blizzard World here.
Yeah, I'm finding it quite strange that none of the teams want to go bad pick.
That's really weird. Why hasn't either team decided to int yet?
My favorite tagline when I was IGN for my team was "Let's get creative."
Oh,
but like, I don't know. Get creative, guys. It's fun. It's fun. You might not win, but it's fun.
Team, I think, realizing, yep, they're going down here on the right. Meaning they avoided the Dash Dynamite at the beginning, but they ain't avoiding that one.
Ash Dynamite, big damage, 20% already is so heavy.
The round has just started. Where is this ult charge coming from?
Oh, not another.
Going for the flank. Only missing a few shots, not quite able to connect a kill, but Table forced out, getting low. Ash going back on the up angle, but Sad Life in the front line just managing to eliminate the Mei approaching. Oh, it's a field day for Sad Life. And Hera just incredibly clean fighting. I don't think they lost anybody during that.
He's not letting anybody tell Sigma what to do. He is him.
And this is why they're running the Sigma. This is why they're running the main, the Ashe. The Ashe there played entirely separate from the rest of the team and just managed to just have free reign whilst the main Sigma take everybody's attention. Nobody's looking at the poor Ashe on the elf angle.
I just want to point everybody's attention here to the Mei full charge difference. That's going to be vital.
Wow. Hera can just hold this point here if they use it correctly. They've been committed early, however, hijack falls to the Sojourn boosted, to the that boosted Sojourn, but it's not going to be enough.
That's incredible.
And look, they saved everything else. They started the fight with Sigma as well, but noticing that the male alone was enough.
If you're confident enough to take these risky positions and you know you can get beautiful brought off like that, you do it. It's risky, but if you can save your team using any ults, counting their ults, it's such good value. And those are the type of plays that might not get hyped up enough.
Ooh,
but
long flank here though. Role reversal, who's defending, and Mei falls early. Sigma will be negated by the Lucio ult. But Ashe still getting a kill there. And another Bob. Where is he? Where is the MVP?
It's the invisible Bob, the thing of nightmares. Dynamite coming out. No.
I think Lucio, yeah, gonna reset there.
Oh, just hanging on for one more
again,
fight at least.
Just Bob being committed there. Ward died very early, being the first pick in the fight, but it just didn't make a difference. Aberdeen didn't proceed to get anything else, didn't output enough damage, whereas the Ashe alone just killed the rest of the team.
Yeah, but for
a minute left.
We've got to be really careful. No one wants to lose the fight in the last fight against a Sigma ult.
Dodging the rock. But just connecting with Sigma, so not going to be able to get it. Nail committed, but I don't think it catches anyone. No, it catches the Sigma. Woo! Nice headshot. Huge headshot. And Aberdeen threw a bit of resources at this fight, but it got the job done. And it seems that they're going to be capping the point here.
Yeah. Good defense, good hold.
Incredibly good hold, pushing it down to less than a minute remaining on the first point of a map.
You can't really ask for more there. But
especially when something similar happened to you, so you're keeping the time in your advantage considering you put almost full cap to it.
Yeah.
Now trying to see who wins the high ground. Both teams have been, it's such an important high ground on Blizzard Worlds. If you don't contest this, then the cart is just so difficult to push. Just narrowly making it out alive and actually gets a kill out of that situation. Aberdeen holding forwards, and apart from the BAP falling there, and maybe depending if the Ashe wants to pull out some more miracles, but yeah.
We're talking miracles. We've got to talk Sigma from the side of Aberdeen there. It was so quick, you might have missed it. The Mayo got eaten.
Oh!
Entirely.
Yeah, Mei doesn't have the ult anymore. Incredible leap from the Sigma. I think the Sigma also is the reason the Sojourn made it out alive in that fight, getting caught a little bit early, so incredible plays from Monster right there. But high ground is there. It is. This is why it's so important to contest with this high ground, because it's just you're just out of shooting range for the Ash here. Sigma dropping, missing the rock, but not quite securing the kill on the Lucio. B gets committed. Oh, but the wall! The wall blocking the...
He's becoming an all-out mosh pit.
May somehow getting caught in that ult despite being a nice block, and this might be a cap here.
Yeah.
I don't think Hera will be able to come back and contest this. Yeah, they're already preparing for the third point. And just under 3 minutes to cap it to the basically to the end here. There it is. Wait for Lucio. The one-man army. Not quite getting the kill, but a message was sent there. We've seen the Lucios here. We've seen the support difference.
Dominance asserted.
Yeah,
that's what you get from that.
Message sent. The job is done. Oh, both back windows being committed there. Sojourn on the other side, and Mail. That's 3 ults, but it gets them a clean fight win.
Oh.
Nice job, Table. And this is scary for Hera. If they lose this fight, they lose the game. It's good for them that they have just about 3 ults, and one of them being Mei. And so they can probably stall this out for a few more minutes, and Aberdeen don't quite have anything. But Aberdeen can go for the drive fight here and just try build ults for the end game. Lucio getting clicked, but not going to be able to commit off of it. There it is. There's the Mail. There's the Sigma ult. I think the BAP also has committed that fight, but it's already back up. No, that was it's the Lucio, not the BAP who had it. And yeah, just a clean fight from Hera there. Giving 2 ults to it, but they're keeping on to the Lucio and they're approaching the BAP ult.
Now, if I'm Hera, you've got to be planning here. You've got to have options of, okay, if we die here, what are we swapping to?
It's a minute left. You're in the end game territory.
Yeah, they need to be rotating ults just a little bit better here. The Bob will be coming out soon, but Aberdeen are going to be getting these ults also. Sad Life is getting caught out, and so is Wow,
but not killed. Mei dying there so early is so sad, considering how much of the stall potential the Mei has. Wall not quite separating people, but putting him in an awkward position. Huge Lucio ult, allowing Juice to...
Oh,
surely not. Surely that wasn't a C9. A letter number. It was the Mail. It was the Mei slow effect stopped him from touching the point. The nighttime version of Blizzard World has big glare. They just couldn't see. Yeah.
Oh, it's quite disappointing.
It's such a sad ending to that map.
Because of how much you have to think in that scenario. When you are these teams and you're worrying about, okay, got a minute left, can't overuse our ults and then be doomed next fight, and you think so much about ultimate economy, you don't think, oh, we're dying, oh, and that's how you see a beat like that saved until it is just 2 of them left, and then the game's already over. So it's easy to look at it from an outside perspective and go, oh, well, why would they be? It just seems like they were overthinking it.
Yeah, especially with a minute, it's such an awkward time, because if the fight ends quickly, the other team can just get a second fight in and try cap it then. You've won the fight, you've committed ults, but what are you doing about the second approach? But with it being a longer fight there, the Lucio being committed to try just prolong it a bit, but Aberdeen just had the bigger firepower there at the end and managed to break through and cap the point. And that puts Aberdeen 2-0 up, and we'll see if they manage to 3-0 or if Hera come back into the fight after the break.
I believe they can do it.
Welcome back, everybody, to the University Esports Overwatch 2 Winter Playoffs bracket for 2023. We're back here with Aberdeen Leopards versus the University of Birmingham Hera. And so far, we're 2-0 up to the Leopards, but Hera definitely showing signs of life, and hopefully they can continue the signs of life and get a few wins here.
Yeah. It's really interesting, especially with the swaps folks back on. We've got, Sad Life being taken off now for a different player, Vigo. Hopefully that can maybe switch things up, maybe a different tempo that they need. Going on to New Junk City, always an interesting one with the way the map works, the way the mode is. It always allows for a more creation in the way that the game is played.
Yeah, I find the Flashpoint maps have a very unique meta compared to the rest of the maps. Obviously, if you want to keep running the Sigma and the Lucia, you still can do. But Lucia being extremely valuable on New Junk City here to help rotate between the maps. But I think it allows for a lot more creativity than a lot more of the other ones, just because Flashpoint is so new, so not all the teams are fully... The meta's not being solved on Flashpoint, especially New Junk City. And then on top of that, it's just such a different game mode from everything else. Like, you can just play into your team strengths often and just let your creativity show.
Yeah, I think especially with teams like this, who are on the more aggressive side and maybe take riskier fights that on some other modes they shouldn't. On this mode, it's not as negative because of how fast the spawns are and how quickly everything mirrors and swaps and changes, fights happen. Losing 1-for-1 isn't really as much of a problem, especially if you know who you should be targeting and they're a high value target. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I feel this map. It has the team fight fluctuates a lot because even if you do lose, you can sometimes just accept that you're going to lose a point and start getting ready to heading to the next one, and suddenly the entire layout of the map is different. The heroes which were more impactful on the last point might be less impactful on this point. The high grounds are different, so it's always interesting to see what teams pull out on this. And we'll see what they do this time. Lucios have been shown by both teams so far in this series, and I expect that to stay. Lucia is just so valuable for the rotates here.
Yeah. Now, I know for sure I'm not commenting on these team comps at all because I know
they still have 5 seconds. Again. Anything could change.
I know I'm being trolled. It's all changing.
All right, so Aberdeen pulling out what we've been seeing for the rest so far the entire time. However, that's the creativity we're talking about. Birmingham Hera pulling out the Rhine and a Junkrat.
Yeah, I like seeing this. This is very
It seems like a specific pick for this first point here, with a lot of the fights happening in these very small rooms. Junkrat can actually destroy the Sigma shields and then also just bounce onto the rest of the team.
Yeah, Junkrat puts in so much pressure here.
Seems like a very prepared
the first fight. They're kind of trapped in this room, especially with the Chad Ryan player. That's a lot of space taken.
True, the big rectangle man is just claiming space, but point has opened. It's been slowly capped by the Lucio there, but not gonna quite make it. The team fight happens on the point. Brian goes down but doesn't fall. A lot of resources being committed, ability-wise. Nolt's quite on deck, and there it is. The Junkrat putting in the work, getting I think that's an assist or a trap must have occurred, and then being cleaned up by the bat.
I mean,
the bat came in his window.
You've got to put it out to bat. Getting 2 kills and a no in your first fight, just like that. Your opposition bat is still only on 75% ult charge, and you're doing things like that. Like, you are clearly making sure you are not the problem on you are the difference.
The horse is out. The horse is here. The Orisa has been replacing the Sigma just to bully this Reinhardt. And perfect display of how it bullies the Reinhardt there. Just pushing the Rein right into the rest of your team. Cable just firing from afar, picking down people. Junkrat low. They're gonna maybe contest a bit, but it's a fight loss there for Hera.
See,
very good adaptation.
Yeah,
from
I mean,
Aberdeen.
they're just getting creative.
Yeah, they've just instantly saw the Reinhardt, but like, all right, we don't need to play the Sigma. We're not a one-dimensional team. We're just
Yeah.
adapting. We're gonna play to beat this Reinhardt and to beat
Like-
this Junkrat.
Why play better when we can just win?
True. And we'll see. And this is a vigor on the Rhine, so maybe that's why the swap occurred. They knew what they wanted to play on this map. They'd prepared for it. But potential shatter territory being approached.
Oh no.
Junkrat Tire gets the Lucio down. I think that's just the Tire being committed so far, and the Lucio ult there. And despite only getting 1 or 2 kills, the rest of the team backs off and their point flips, and you're at 80. You need to be so fast here.
Oh no. Mayu with the Mayu on the side of Aberdeen, sneaking
They
behind.
don't
None
know.
of them see
They
her.
don't know. Pillar might make it a bit awkward flying aside, but I think it's still pretty big.
The beat comes out. May will live this.
Other male being committed on the point to contest. Vigabond, the swing in the hammer, still got Shadow available. Messy fight, but Hera come out on top.
Yeah, I mean, it was a nice and respectful play from May.
Yeah, I love the vision there with Juicer going for the flank and committing the mail there on the flank.
Yeah.
I saw the vision. I appreciate it. It just quite sadly didn't quite work out as intended.
Okay, so we're going to be seeing a Junkrat changed into the Ash here.
And
Oh, well,
yeah, it must have been a point specific pick, because look how open this point is compared to the last one.
We know how dangerous they are on the Ash, what they can do. Oh!
Huge Reinhardt Shadow. Getting 1, getting 2, but getting picked off by the Orisa. But will it be enough? No, the Orisa just a target for the rest of the team. Poor Reinhardt.
True dominant display shown right there. And you know,
Staying on the Rhine.
it's the beauty of Ryan. They can go Orisa to counter you. They can do all this and all of that. But if they've not got a shield, you've still got a good chance of getting a good shadow there, and it always leaves you with a big good chunk of value for at least one fight.
Value the dynamite missing there, sadly not being able to approach the ult quite as quickly as I would have wanted. Orisa just... This is the other thing. Reinhardt can just hold forwards in the shatter. Orisa can just hold forwards full stop.
Oh no.
Committing ult but not getting anybody with it. But whilst Orisa was on an adventure, Reinhardt fell on the side of Hera.
What the Orisa was doing can't be understated. You know, both supports attacking her. That's he was missing from her team. Oh no!
And
The
it
Ajax!
worked. No! And Ajax in my university esports playoffs? More likely than you may think. Alright, Bob, pristine aim right there. The AI aim, but not gonna be killing the Ashe anytime soon. Not the Ashe, the Sojourn. Speaking of Ashe to Sojourn, there it is. Oh, swapping off of the Ashe, which she's been playing for this entire set, onto the Sojourn.
Okay, we've got to say it here. We've got to say it fast.
We're not seeing it from them.
I wanna see the window fire strike. Get a 5K.
I want to see a 7-man fire strike come in. But
The mail
might be difficult with the mail.
It's ineffective, but it is going to allow them to take the space.
Yeah, it doesn't freeze anyone directly, but it does separate the team.
But a better play in mind from Pugs.
That incredible rotate from Hera there, noticing the mail and just deciding to ignore it, sacrifice the Sojourn just to take point, and it worked.
Yeah, that
Back on 4 HP.
tower
bro.
is being built. We are going to see a window coming in soon from Remedy. If they get back, this fight changes.
Yeah, this fight is still a very messy one. Both sides have losses. But you can't shoot a Reinhardt through a window if the window if Ryan is in front of it.
Yeah.
And yeah, Hera very smartly rotated around the mail, got the ult point, and then just kept the point. And now it's Aberdeen having to take the last fight here, and they won't be able to.
2-0 for Hera here. Do still have the Blizzard and the Shatter ready to take this next point. Aberdeen are going to have a hard time taking this.
And this is a funny situation because Granted, Aberdeen didn't die as the point was being flipped. They died beforehand, meaning they were just chasing Hera there and behind them the entire time. Interesting fight here. Very messy. But Hera come out on top.
Aberdeen here, they have to do something about the Reinhardt. The Reinhardt is getting way too much value for the team comps that they have.
Yeah, the Orisa's been picked to try to displace the Reinhardt and try to slow him down, but Bigger One has completely ignored it and has just been holding forwards the entire time and just going for the backline instead, going for the DPS, ignoring the Orisa. Very excellently avoiding the wall.
Oh, the shatter, you can see it.
We all know it. We all know. We're all hovering Q right now.
The shatter goes down. Lucio gets taken down with a railgun.
Oh, the fire strike window there killing Table. But Table made enough of a dent by themselves and managing to clean up the fight there.
Hera a lot committed that fight. That's gonna sting a little bit.
Yeah. A lot of resources. 3 ults being committed there just to only get 1 elimination out of it.
So come on, son. You know what to do here. Are you ready for it?
We all know what we want to see.
Oh! Drop the wall! Drop the wall! No! Big freeze.
Big freeze on the Reinhardt, but will they die? Remedy actually getting killed at end Table. The BAP in front of the team due to the spear there, but
Hera on the back foot one more time.
Wow. Aberdeen, incredible fight from them there. Despite the Orisa not quite getting the value they wanted because of Miz. Very smart wall there. And Lucio was committed by Hera as well.
Yeah, they're not letting the lead affect them in any way. Their mental seems solid.
You can see Hera completely ignoring this point, deciding to go for the next.
I mean, they know, they're like, hey, we got 2, you got 1. We're not scared, you can have it. Like,
That's
we wanted
very
you to have
impactful here. I feel a lot of these points, taking them is incredibly difficult. So getting there early and just holding it is, especially against the Reinhardt, where you're just having to somehow pass by it. Very, very good choice here.
Shatter is going to be ready again real soon, and fighting in these close quarters is ideal for Ryan here.
Maywall excellently used. Maywall complemented Ryan here so well. Stopping people, trapping people in the Reinhardt's domain.
Yeah, that's excellence put right on display.
There you go.
I mean,
Hera cap up there, and if Aberdeen don't answer this, the map will go to Hera.
What can you say here? You know, the Ashe got a beautiful spot. They're gonna get a decent amount of ult charge from this next dynamite, and it's gonna be the Bob building, the Windows building, the fire strike. Oh no! Ashe getting taken down.
Ashe wanting to capitalize off their own window, but instead peeking into the opponents and dying for it. Having to contest a point here. So that means that's free reign for Sojourn on the high ground. Huge shatter. Big shatter, getting the Lucio down. He's approaching ult, but again, it's down Remedy just getting 2 there. Keeping Hera in this fight.
Table man, just clutch out the rest of the fight. That's gonna hurt for Ashe, as you know. If you didn't get taken out there, the fight could have been entirely different.
The individual players from a lot of these players here has been absolutely incredible. But the supports, the DPS, the tanks, they've all been making incredible individual plays as well as working well as a team.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna see a very aggressive Orisa ult coming at the start of this next fight. They do have that
more value out of this one.
Yeah, you got the
last 2 Orisa ults haven't been really getting a lot. And on this point, I'm not sure if I'll change considering how open this point is. However, a man can dream.
Being
committed very early.
They need to break the lamp.
Wall.
Oh, and the Bob comes out. That Bob could be dangerous here. Doing a lot of damage, taking a lot of fire.
Aberdeen here?
Can Hera touch the point?
In a slight advantage?
Oh, when the
That's
beat
gonna
comes
fall.
out a little
Beat
bit too
committed.
late. The Blizzard here is ready on the side of Hera. This could end it all.
Sojourn gets one.
Go either way.
Gets 2. Reinhardt, the Orisa falls, but it's just Rein versus 3.
Oh,
No on deck. Reinhardt just holding shield there.
Decided to stand still there.
And the score is 2-2 on this flashpoint here. Aberdeen managing to win the last 2. Will they get the reverse 3-0?
Yeah, all they've really got to be able to watch out for here is Bergs in the back.
In that last fight, I feel Aberdeen committed the Lucio very early, and Hero correctly identified that and tried to back off, but Juicer trapped them in there with the Erisral, and they actually found incredible value from it all there. That was very well played by Aberdeen.
It's been such a fast-paced game with a lot of individual spectacular plays that we could speak about for 10 minutes apiece, and it's so hard to cover it all because of how much is going on. Obviously,
we can cover though. The Sigma's out.
Yeah, Vigabond is swapping from the Ryan to the Sigma here.
Deciding maybe the Mei and the combination of a Mei and Eraser is very difficult to play Ryan into. Sigma no longer in this game.
Mei being thrown around like a basketball. They need to get out.
Monster just holding forwards into 2 people there and not dying for it. That's the power of this Orisa brings to this team.
Okay.
And with the Fortify, with your E, you can do whatever you want basically.
Hera needs to be having words. Calm down, guys. Get out. The fight is over.
Flashpoint map. Flashpoint is 2-2 here. Aberdeen is currently 2-0 up against Birmingham Hera. We'll see if this will be the end of the entire set, or if Hera will manage to clutch up and stay in the series.
This is the be-all or end-all. It's so close here. We need just perfect play from now on from Hera.
The Sigma might be biting them a bit here. With how quickly you cap these points, obviously Flashpoint capping it a lot faster than Control does. You need a big sense of urgency, especially if the stress maybe starts getting to you under pressure. You really want to be taking this fight and wanting to be capping it. But Hera's slowly just rotating around, putting their Sigma in the best position possible.
As much as Aberdeen does have so many ults, so does Hera. Everything comes out now. This is
being run out. 80% on by
Table
Aberdeen.
gets 1. Oh, and another. And the bomb
No.
It could go either way.
2 down, but
it's
not enough. Very well played by Aberdeen there.
Yeah, that was just a spectacular series. Either way, don't let the score confuse you. Both teams put up such a good fight, and especially that last fight, both teams have 5 ults.
5 ult challenge, and Aberdeen just came on top incredibly as well. Have the mental to just go 2-0 down and still decide, you know what? We're confident with the Orisa pick. They kept all the heroes the same. They didn't panic. They just knew their game plan and they executed it perfectly. Making Hera as well there doubt their own game plan and swapping off of the Reinhardt near the end.
Yeah, once you know, if you can force their hand into a special play style that they've not been playing for the rest of the series, and then you're able to force them off that, it's usually a sign that they're running out of ideas, and they're panicking.
Yeah.
To put it simply, but
especially with Vigabond being put into the map specifically for this map, they came in with a game plan. So showing that they had to swap, that they felt like they had to swap up, just shows just quite how strong Aberdeen were there at the end.
Yeah, but congratulations to both teams. They both did a great job. Just very entertaining game all the way through.
Yeah, incredibly well played. But with that game being done, we'll be going to a break and coming back soon with another game and continuing the University Challenge Overwatch 2 2023 players bracket. See you gamers. Hi there, and welcome back to the Overwatch 2 University Esports Winter 2023 playoffs. We just watched Aberdeen versus Birmingham, and now we've got Donuts versus the second seed Unisco College.
Yep. They look like exciting team.
They do, especially because Unisco had a second seed coming in out of 16, which is no small feat here. There are a lot of very good teams here, so managing to secure yourself second coming into this bracket is very big. And Donuts as well are exciting for a bit of a different reason because they're seventh seed, which is also very impressive, upper half. What's more exciting about them is that they have made playoffs and placed very highly quite a bit in the past. With the summer they placed ninth, last spring they placed ninth, and a year ago they placed seventh. So a team that's not a stranger to making into playoffs. However, Unisco, this is kind of new for them. In last year's spring, they made 24th, which is still very impressive, but not quite, second seed in the playoffs. And they managed to get fifth in summer, but the summer season's usually a little bit weaker because just less teams participate usually. So this is a very cool and exciting position for them to be in and to see the teams in.
Yeah. So anyway, as we've got a little bit of time, you can't talk about recent Overwatch without talking about the new, first of all, ranked changes and what they're doing with that, and the new heroes that are coming out. I don't know too much about the newer heroes other than the newest tank, but if you've got any cool opinions on them, that'll be nice. And then I've got a lot to say about the new rank system coming out.
Yeah, Margo looks sick. I don't know what I think about the decision to give us Margo for a few days and then take him away until wherever they release him. But he was for those few days, he was very fun. I have a lot of friends who played Reinhardt, saw the charge that can't be CC'd, and were like, we have found it. We have found the Holy Grail. I can charge and nothing can stop me.
Yeah.
So we'll see how Malga comes out. They've also the new DPS, I think he was a non-binary character. Hype. You love to see it. But ranked changes. What do you want to talk about that?
I mean, just before the rank changes, the character design, drip. By the way,
Actually,
such
real.
a cool character design. That like takes the cake. That's like my level of hype in like 2019 to see in the Overwatch 2 Genji skin. Like it looks so cool.
Yeah,
but
good.
Yeah.
One of the reasons people play Overwatch, just for the unique characters.
Yeah,
it makes a difference.
But off my cool aesthetic ramble, rank changes. Oh my goodness! I used to pray for days like this. I cannot believe it. The lose 17 games, crying, but I have to win 5 before I can see how much damage has been done to my account. Oh, finally, it updates after the game again. Also, it's not going to be too big because as much as they downgrade another upgrade again, take beyond the fact that it's in more depth, it shows you where your SR go is coming from and how exactly you're mining. These stuff to do with MR win rate, like elaborating on that when you get your SR after games is really, really cool. I think that's a step in the right direction for Overwatch rank. Yeah. What do you think about
that? I think finally play by Robot Fair for a second. It's not of it. But Real Guns, my friend tried to explain it to me. I remember in Overwatch the philosophy was they don't like ranked rewards. It motivates people to play ranked for the wrong reasons, but I'm not complaining about more skins. I'm not complaining about more cosmetics. That's the half reason I play this game.
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes. Yeah, because I guess at this point in the game, so many people only have golden guns, so you need to spice it up a little bit. But I guess the people with full golden guns are also not playing the game for cosmetic reasons. They're playing it for the love of the game and for the competitive spirit. And I'm guessing that's why a lot of people who made playoffs here are also playing it for the love of the game. Especially, I'm really just looking forward to seeing UNESCO because a uni going from not really making big moves in the thing to second seed, I can only expect great things.
Yeah.
But we'll see what they present us here. Map 1 is going to be Ilios. So same as last pick. This is just a popular map. It seems today. Again, it allows for the diversity in the free maps between Well, Lighthouse, and Ruins. It allows for a lot of different maps. Team comps to shine. We only saw the Winston for a moment last time, but hopefully we'll see a few more as well. I just want to see the new Hog. We talked about recent Overwatch changes. Hog just got reworked. Where is he? Show me the Hog.
I'm not 100% sure whether Hog is viable to be played here.
These teams made playoffs, and I don't think they made playoffs by playing Hog. I don't think that was the secret to their success.
Listen, if they're cool enough to do it, they can do it.
But we'll be going to a break here. We know it's Ilios, and now you can just dream about Ilios, and we'll see what they actually end up bringing. So see you guys later. Hello. We are back from the break, and we are hopefully soon going to be watching second seed UNESCO College versus seventh seed Donuts. Ilios is the map we know is being picked. I hope. If we throw curveball our way, I'm not ready for that. But we are ready to go into the game here. It is Ilios, and it's the map we didn't see last time. It's Ruins.
Are we quite interested to see what team comps they're running here? You know how these teams like to play. It's going to be the most interesting part because for the last series it was fairly similar the whole way through. But it looks like we might get a more entertaining comp.
Yeah, especially on Ruins, it's where you can make the big difference on this map. Like if you want to play a unique comp, it's usually going to be on Ruins. And from what I see, we've got something a little more unique than last time. Instead of a Sigma mirror, we have got a Winton mirror. Supports as well. It's not just BAP on both sides. We've got basically just a full dive team here from which team is that? From Donuts. Actually, from both sides. Widow on the side of UNESCO though, and Echo instead of the Reaper and Tracer.
The Widow value.
Yeah, this is the point where you run Widow on. You abuse the fact that it's a pretty long map with the long sight lines. Oh. But speaking of abusing the Widow, Donuts there diving right onto her, getting rid of her early, and both DPS fall early.
Donuts very, very aggressive there, and it clearly was working out for them.
UNESCO College running out the Reaper here. They've got a much more grounded team here compared to the Mercy and the Echo on the side of UNESCO. Oh, Wanton. Not going to get pressured really by a Winton, but he's not there to do a lot of damage.
Yeah, I really love the team comp on the side of Donuts. That Reaper can stop a lot of the pressure in the diving.
Dive! Wow!
Teamwork on the side of Donuts and the coordination so far and the timing of their plays. Listen, these guys definitely scrim.
Yeah, the Tracer on the side of Donuts was just in the perfect position there to capitalize the Winston diving in. Whereas last game we saw two Sigma shields kind of staring at each other and the small micro couplers making the big difference, like you get the first pick and deciding a fight. Here it is. They have come in with a game plan and they're executing it. Oh, Lucio falls on one side. There's a Reaper ult, and it's enough.
It's just such clean plays. The way they're gelling together as a team, like so early in this map.
So fun to watch. Yeah, UNESCO got the first pick there with the Sojourn Rail, but it just wasn't enough. Donuts continued to dive. An aggressive Kiriko play there, baiting both abilities out. But there's the Kiriko rush.
The Echo wants to take these aggressive fights and pick people off, but they're just attacking them too early.
Yeah, with both teams running dive here, Donuts out of one, executing the dive first and bringing the fight to UNESCO, which is giving them the advantage here. And realistically, UNESCO want to be the one holding forwards into Donuts as well, but they're just not giving them the space to.
DPS on the side of Donuts have just been so oppressive to the other team. They just can't really get out of their own choke points.
Yeah, the point gets flipped, but I think the fight is still going. Winston in the back line gets a Mercy, but gets traded out for her. The Winston on the side of UNESCO makes it out barely alive and gets healed up. Rush onto the point flips again, but...
Oh, the Reaper is going to be coming out soon. They need to get rid of him now, otherwise the round seems like it could be over.
Donuts here with Reaper, but it doesn't get anyone. Kiriko's so low. And there we go. Just Winston alive, Lucio as well. Gets a pick, but will it be enough? Not when you're looking at a Reaper's barrel. And an insanely clean just round from Donuts there.
Yeah.
Having a very well practiced dive, it seems.
UNESCO, we gotta talk. We gotta talk. The Echo is not. It's not the vibe. Put it simply.
Yeah, the Echo wants to. I mean, the whole team comp of UNESCO want to be holding forwards. They want to be the ones diving, initiating the fights. identifying like a weak support in the backline to try pick off, but Donuts have just been holding W, bringing the fight to them, and executing their game plan before Unisco are able to execute theirs.
Yeah.
And Unisco have seemingly acknowledged that and have completely swapped the entire team comp.
If you're relying on being able to make the first move, you have to make the first move quick.
Yeah. And but Donuts here with a little bit of a. Oh wait, the teams are the other way around, it seems. But Donuts here. Everything I said about Unisco, I meant about Donuts. But Donuts here acknowledging the fact that they were playing a little too slow, and they've decided to lean into it with a full comp change to a Orisa, Brig, May here, just really slow down the pace of the game and try to stop the dive.
Yeah, Orisa could be lethal.
We could. So close to getting picked.
But Wanton going down.
The Winston just getting less value into a team like this, not able to identify somebody to just pick them off. Tracer 1v1, very well won by Donuts there.
It seems like this
Reaper, but gets bailed out by Kiriko.
This team from Donuts seems to be dealing with the aggressive side of Unisco so much better.
But despite Donuts seemingly being in the advantage most of our fight, Unisco are actually the ones to cap it. It doesn't. I don't think it'll make a huge difference, but it's just it's a good first to chip away at the point a bit. But ultimate-wise, what do we have? Donuts having 3 ults on their side, approaching 4 and 5, whereas Unisco just have the rush that has just been committed, and now a Reaper online. Brig gets picked off by the Genji though.
The Reaper is ready. This could be deadly. Oh, the first one taking out Wanton, and the Reaper doing so much damage.
Reaper in the rush, but I think getting speed out of it. But the Reaper does not care. The Reaper is still continuing the charge.
And the Kiriko. Oh, it's.
And although a messy fight, Unisco come out on top, finding a way to get it. I think the Brig falling very early in that fight there was not great for them. But Briggle is online, so it's going to be a lot more difficult to pick her off early.
Yeah. Donuts are going to be coming back here. A cheeky set of 3 ults that can do a lot of damage and they can be very, very oppressive.
Briggle is pulled out.
Unisco are going to have to be very, very careful now.
Orisa ult as well, but gets Lucio out of them. Blade comes out, gets the Brig, so no longer that passive healing is just gone. Yet the Winston falls, but yeah, Donuts popped the Brig very early there. I think might have bashed the Winston early enough, but just wasn't able to burst through it, and they ended up actually just losing the fight.
Yeah,
the ball is out from Donuts.
Okay, I like this. If you're losing, don't just admit that you're losing. Change something up, give it another try. I like this never-ending attitude that we're seeing from Donuts. A great pick from Mercs.
They're getting just picked out there early. Also excellently tracking with Lucio there. And it looks like a good fight for Donuts.
Donuts here are putting in the big damage.
Unisco got the pick early on as well, but will it make a difference? Winston having to fight a Tracer and Rush. Wall actually helps him a bit there to back out. Gets out safely, but the team is chasing. Donuts. They're taking the fight forward, and it's just so messy. But if it's not on the point, it's in their favor since it won't be getting captured. Here comes the Genji alive. Bit of a wasted reroll because the Kiriko just shot the May anyways. Hammond ult is out. Minefield having to be played by the Reaper here.
I love the versatility of this unit.
Lucio barely survives. Tracer follows to Lucio, throws the pulse bomb into the well, dying in the process. We'll see what happens. May goes up to high. Solo ults to Winston. Actually, a very valuable ult. The Winston dying so early there is very impactful.
The beat on the side of Unisco could just end things out here, keeping them up, alive, and safe. Yeah, Reaper's going to be here, pumping in so much damage. Exuti's going down.
Unisco very lucky that they had the Lucio ult on deck to just be a budget version of a tank whilst a tank comes back from spawn. And it seems, unless his ball seems to pull out a miracle, that they're going to win this round.
Yeah. It's the first map to Unisco.
That is Unisco College, proving to us why they are second seed coming in here and bringing a very well executed dive. Donuts tried their best to adapt and bring out the Orisa comp there and bend the ball, but it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, what would you say was your standout of that game? Because for me, it was the Reaper, the oppressive damage. You either have to suffer the consequences of a Reaper, or you have to commit so many resources and so much time, put pressure on him and take him out.
I think, yeah, the Reaper especially, the Reaper in dive isn't typically seen, but it's not too surprising to see considering he's very survivable by himself. So even if the rest of the team is off doing something else, he's able to just kind of execute his own game plan very passively. As well as that, it does well into the other dive compact ended up opening out. The Reaper was just assigned to Winston duty, ignored the Echo in the air, ignored the Mercy, and they ended up just being able to brute force the wins anyways. I also think, starting years ago, their ability to adapt to mid-team fight has been very good. There was a lot of fights where they were numbers down, they got picked off early, where something didn't go according to plan, and yet they still, as a team, managed to, through individual players as well as just more coordinated teamwork, it seems, still find a win condition in a fight and still manage to beat Donuts there.
Yeah. I definitely wouldn't count out Donuts here. I think they need to find their groove a little bit, find a way to deal with whatever's going on right now, because right now it's just not working. They seem to be always just a little bit behind in these team fights. And yeah, they can win their fights, but they need to win them just a bit more consistently. And whether that's finding their smooth spot and how they play a bit more defensively, a bit of a different team comp to deal with Unisco.
Yeah, overall, the second team comp they pulled out seemed to do very well. Well, not well enough to win, but it gave them a lot more of a fighting chance. So we'll see what they'll be pulling out in the next map as well. Maybe identifying early in the series that the dive to dive is not in their favor.
Yeah.
And here we go. We have the bracket. Let's see how this has been going. Unisco currently 1-0 up against Donuts. We're watching that now. Oxford Omnics versus Durham Defenders. Now, I'm gonna be unbiased here. I want Durham to win. I'm the president of Durham Society there. A big upset that occurred. I'm not sure if you can see here. However, Warwick are on the loser side of the bracket, having beaten by Houston. Warwick going in here were first seed. Houston was 16th seed, and they managed to beat Warwick and send them down to losers. Which is why they're not on this graphic quite yet.
Yeah.
And which is why you also can't see Warwick in winners anywhere, because they're not in winners.
It surely can go any way this tournament. You think you're safe, maybe you win this series. The same team that you knock out can come back to bite you. You do have to be careful, you do have to keep practicing, and you can't think competition is over because you've won this one series. Because you're in danger consistently because of that double elim. Yeah, sure, you've got the safety net in case you get knocked down, but no one wants to get knocked down because then it's even more scarier and the pressure is really on then.
Yeah, double elimination really gets to you. The nature of a double elim bracket meaning that once you're in losers, you're in your tournament life. There's no more lives after that one. Once you're out in losers, you're out. Also, the nature of a losers bracket means you have to play double the amount of games to get to the same position as you would in winners. Meaning, you need to have a lot of stamina if you're knocked down round one into losers and you still plan on trying to win and make it to finals. You need to win double as many games as you would have had to do in winners. So we'll see. Warwick the first seed for a reason. They're obviously a very talented team. So we'll see if they manage to pull that out. But
Speaking about shockers, we're going into another same map.
another from Ilios back to Blizzard World. However, there's a difference. It's daytime Blizzard World.
That's what
you got what you wanted. You got to see the light.
Yep, I'm truly seeing the light right now. If I wasn't inside a smaller building.
the little spell you're in.
But it's a beautiful sky.
Look at that.
We're seeing it right now, and I want to point out, Donuts seem to be running the same team comp again, just instead of the Tracer now with a Sojourn, which can almost negate the effects of Reaper. Because Reaper can pump out so much damage, but in this world, so can Sojourn.
Whereas Unisco here are on the defense. I think it's the things are the wrong way around again, because at the bottom it says the Sojourn is on Donuts, but whoever the defenders are here are on the Sigma, which we didn't see at all last point, but we saw a lot of it game 1. And I mean series 1, so we're no strangers to seeing this character, very powerful in the current meta, but get down fanfare, getting dived on by the Echo and dying early. DPS for DPS, but the support also falls. Trade's been made on both sides, two down on both sides, but the Reaper gonna end up making the difference, breaking through the Sigma, getting the Echo. And Unisco get map 1 there. I mean point 1 there.
Okay. I'm glad that we are seeing some fast swaps after that first point.
Yeah. What do you think of the Donut Sigma? Game 1 we saw the Winston, we saw the Orisa, we saw the Ball, and now we're seeing the Sigma. On this point, I think it's fun. I think I'm a fan on Blizzard World Sigma, for the reason we said
it can stop a lot of the oppression that Reaper is giving out, and it can make the team feel a lot more comfortable being on these higher grounds, as if that Winston is diving in, they get rocked, you can use your shield to block heals. There's a lot more ways to get rid of that dive quickly.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. It means you can also you can play with Cassidy and plant him on the high ground, but the Echo there, we didn't see it.
Oh!
The individual plays from the DPS here on Donuts, just sweeping the fight.
I mean, yeah. There you
Echo
go.
with a beautiful opening pick, followed by just a triple from the Cass.
If you want to find 20 seconds where you can say DPS diff, that is exactly where
Drop in chat. If you've been holding on, there it is. But
yeah,
I think that's why the Sigma is here, because this Cassidy can just be planted on the high ground, and it seems they trust their Cass enough to just hit the shots. So he can just be planted up here, realizing the Genji's
getting crushed from the team. Will Cassidy be able to survive? No, he won't.
So far away from the rest of the team and any support. And they just beautifully backed out as well by Unisco. They got the pick, now they're regrouping, and they're pushing car and getting ready for round 2. Not overextending, not letting themselves get picked off. Bubble blocking the sleep there.
They do have the copy here, which
everyone else backing off.
ultimately save them.
Yeah, Echo popping it onto the Genji. Will we see a 5-man Echo Blade coming out? Nanoing the break to keep her alive. Very valuable in this fight here. The longer the break is alive, the more healing you get. Ha! Blade actually gets one and contributes to 2 there. Very nicely done by the Echo. And despite Unisco's best efforts there, and what seems like a pretty nice fight win from them, Donuts pull it out.
Yeah.
Hey,
Unisco do have
a new character on the screen.
I do, and I'm not happy about it.
What do you... I mean...
I thought the Cassidy was working so well.
I thought the cast was doing well. And into a Genji, into a win...
Oh,
never mind. Never mind.
Shut up.
The Widow's doing perfectly fine.
Silly me, that's a perfect hero.
The threat of the Widow actually forcing the rest of...
but did you have to be careful for the letter number?
Unisco on the point, Donuts. Widow isn't going to be contesting with Winston killing 2 people in the backline there. Tries to get a little help back
Unisco
there.
could take this here, but the rock coming out. Monkey just barely hanging on. Kiriko needs to leave now.
Very nicely done. Yeah, with Donuts having, with the Sigma wasn't able to initially touch. So the rest of his team had to touch for him beforehand, and the Widow was getting dived. It was a very, not the easiest fight win for Donuts to pull out there, but they managed to get it done.
Yeah, it was a smooth fight, but even smoother in return. That's all that I can say about it, because we've got to focus on this next fight.
Widow, what are we gonna see?
Both Unisco's DPS ults are ready, and it doesn't seem like anyone on the side of Donuts is ready for it. The positioning doesn't seem to be safe enough.
This is asleep.
Oh no!
Anna falls. Not quite able to get the Widow, dodging and weaving, but makes it out alive. However, whilst the Widow ran to spawn, the rest of the team isn't quite as lucky, and they all fall to the preceding Unisco dive.
Nobody can touch her.
That was very well played by Unisco when the Widow's on such a long sightline, and the vision was popped early. They all just waited. We just stalled it out by hiding behind buildings. The Echo overextended a bit trying to get it, but wasn't punished. It was just a very nice just awareness from Unisco to stall out the Widow ult and just immediately dive afterwards.
This Reaper ult here, it's been ready for a while and it's still ready, and I feel like it could be used to steamroll this next point. No!
Never mind.
Get struck down so fast.
Sleep bombs, yeah. I don't care if you have 250 HP, if you have 200, you're not surviving that. And the DPS choices from Donuts here. On the third point, the ceiling isn't quite low enough to impact the Echo, but the big walls on the side, they might restrict the movement a bit. The Widow here is just, I guess, abusing along sidelines, but it's not quite as open as the rest of the map is. Nana coming out on the Sigma. Get the Kiriko, but she runs away.
Reaper coming out, not really getting too much value there.
Reaper keeping the Reaper a bit vulnerable there to the Sigma actually, but Sigma falls in the end anyways. And Unisco are holding forwards.
Does look like Donuts are still gonna struggle.
Winstall is online, Lucio is online, so nothing enormously playmaking unless the Winston pulls out a miracle. But that's a play there, going onto the Widow. Getting supported by the Kiriko, but
out on the rest of the team. Oh, Winston is causing absolute havoc in this
Winston
backline.
keeping everybody in spawn. Echo actually copies Lucio.
Don't forget about the point.
The Lucio Echo so close to the ult. Gets it out just before the swap.
Brilliant beat. Perfect timing there.
Unisco are just regrouping. We're not backing out. Yeah, the Echo overextends there. They punish her and they just continue to hold forwards.
Oh no.
Big misplay from the Echo there, sadly. And
it seems like Unisco are just going to come straight back in and then take this payload.
All that was needed was one domino for fall, and Unisco just capitalized off of the rest. Yeah, I think for Echo there at the end, assuming the team would be fully backing out or just retreating from the fight as a whole, but no, the Echo just ended up overextending their dying, and Unisco just held that momentum to win the point.
Yeah, I'm really loving Unisco's ability to bait out Donuts and force them into these bad fights. Maybe act as if they've lost the momentum, and really they can force these fights that they want. It seems like Donuts wants these fighters. Oh, they're scared, they're running. No, we want you to run to us.
Yeah, but in theory, they're running a dive, so them landing on them could be a nice point to punish, because the dive characters won't often be the ones diving. But the Reaper there actually just a very big deterrent for that, especially if you're just a lonely Echo. You're not going to be making a big difference there.
Yeah.
But all right, on the defense, Unisco keeping to the same dive comp. It's been working. Don't fix what ain't broken. And we'll see what Donuts pull out.
One thing does strike me here. Oh. Okay, I'm not sure what does quite strike me here, but there is a diva, and we have not seen a diva so far.
We've
So
not.
it's worth mentioning.
That's striking. That's striking right there. We'll
Mhm.
the Mercy's back with the Echo. The Tracer's here as well. I don't think we've seen the Tracer on the side of Donuts yet, so we'll see what this pulls out. But the Diva's going to be very good at contesting this high ground, not letting the Winston quite be in an advantageous position or a comfortable one. Diva actually doing a very good job into Winston as well, so Unisco are going to have to be playing on their toes here, ready to jump out at the right moments. Not like that.
Wow.
A damage boosted pocketed Echo, difficult to deal with when you're a lonely Tracer.
Yeah,
Kiri
that is
Keller
not
pops
what we
out,
want to see.
but
Echo, the Tracer, the Diva. It seems like this is a much better team comp for them. They just seem so much more natural in being able to play their fights here.
very nice awareness there. All three of them just diving towards the Winston, realizing that he's alone and vulnerable. Mercy gets kept up. Tracer correctly trying to just pick away at her, but Donuts actually. Very, very nice fight win from them. Very clean.
Ooh.
Just it's about sending a message.
Yep.
Sometimes you just gotta do it. And then come to oh, almost killing a Kiriko there with that one. It's like missing the Winston, but Bell being forced out by the Kiri.
We are seeing a brand new Donuts here.
This, yeah, these are the pretty positive matchup into this team, and being able to one of the few tanks alongside Sigma, which we saw them try earlier, that can not be completely negated by a Reaper. Very easy to play around it with a defense matrix, and also having a pretty good matchup into Winston.
Yeah.
What is a Winston gonna do about an armored diva running into him? He's used, so opportunity for Unisco to capitalize off that Tracer pick here, but Lucio falls to the diva. Reaper playing it safe, not overextending, deciding to stay back with his team and run back. But
is ready.
Donuts capitalized off the passive playing there. Two people on the side of Unisco were just hiding in the side room. The Donuts just ignored them and just went for the rest.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a completely new team. It's shocking. They've clearly traded accounts. Obviously, joking. Obviously, but yeah, they've really sorted themselves out here. They're clearly on a much comfortabler team comp. The Echo and the Diva is really shutting down the Winston, and just having this extra little bit of space is doing them really nicely. But the Reaper all coming out, doing a lot of damage. Oh.
Alright, it's still anybody's fight. Diva here being healed up to back to full. Donuts keeping the aggression. Echo applying pressure to that Winston there, but Diva not quite capitalizing off of it. Go, Winston's alone. Winston could die here, actually. Reaper, however, the Reaper here is going to be so difficult to dislodge when he's got a nice corner to play around, and you have to be on the point to cap it. Obviously, this is on this third point. It's one of the more close. The very end is difficult to break, and Reaper's definitely going to be a good way of holding it.
Ooh, the fights are getting scrappy. Calm yourself down, guys. You've got a championship to win here.
Widow on the high ground. Not quite seeing anybody though. Everybody indoors right now. Donuts pop
comes out.
Who's going to contest? Reaper makes it back in time. But without rare form, not going to be able to contest for long enough. Tracer probably... Wait. the Lucio pushing the agenda forward, getting rid of the Widow there. And actually, a big stall coming out of Unisco here. Incredibly scrappy.
Maybe see the Kiriko rush coming out. Oh,
a scrappy fight really helps Unisco here.
Yeah.
Wannabe just chip away at this time bank, and they've done more than chip away at the time bank. They won the fight.
Yeah, I mean, what a redemption in that fight. Donuts have been held here for way too long. It seems like Unisco are just adapting slightly quicker than Donuts are able to change. But, you know,
Donut swapped to Tracer for a Widow for a bit.
Yeah.
They're back on the Tracer. The Doomfist here on the side of UNESCO. I'm not sure if this is something they're planning on keeping or just using it for the ult, but either way, it did a lot of work in the last fight. Getting pressured a lot. Kiriko gonna be able to out heal the damage boosted Echo?
A lot of supports ready on the side of UNESCO though. If Donuts are gonna push here, they need to be clinical and fast. Otherwise, they're gonna waste a lot of time for a very risky fight.
The D.Va mech falling is so impactful there. That's such a big source of sustain on the point on the side of Donuts, and yeah, with the D.Va gone, the rest of the team falls. It's very difficult to keep up the D.Va on the side of Donuts.
Yeah.
A Doomfist can just punch you and ignore your defense matrix, and the rest of the Reaper and the Tracer can capitalize you whilst you're being stunned. The Mercy is probably healing the Echo often, and the Kiriko healing is just not. It's not enough burst healing to keep up a D.Va that's taking all the attention.
Donuts have to take the time here. This is their last fight. Oh no!
That's not help. You need to back out here. You need to just be ready to take the fight.
The res does come out, which could be a savior, but they need to fight quick. This Reaper is going to be on the payload.
That's what I was saying about the Reaper on the
could
point.
be huge. The big stick, not able to finish it.
Connect.
Someone needs to touch.
There we go. There's the touch. We're going to overtime.
Could we see a Death Blossom from the copy?
The Death Blossom here could go huge. No defense matrix on the side of thing, but gets broken out of it anyways. Mercy gonna be the one contesting, but got lines of sights on her from the rest of the DPS. Echo falls. D.Va out of mech falls. Kiriko gonna contest for a bit with that bell, but gonna fall anyways. And there we go. Very well played by UNESCO there.
I mean, that's one of the best games yet. Donuts going from the team that seemed like they couldn't really do much in the first map to starting to roll, adapting and improving and finding sight lines of glimmers of hope through this team. And plays like this one.
It was such a nice play from the cast. This was so incredible. Just won them the fight.
It made the game seem like it was in anyone's hands.
It
but
did
UNESCO
the entire time.
Just replied and responded to those attacks so fast. And when it came down to the insanely high pressure moments and the last second touches and capture points 3 meters away, the ones who were taking it were UNESCO. It just seems like they panicked left.
UNESCO put up a masterclass of stall on a few points there and managed to end up winning those points, but we'll be going to a break and we'll be seeing what Donuts pick as their map 3 after the break. Welcome back to the University Esports Overwatch 2 Winter 2023 playoffs. We're still here on the winner side of bracket. We just watched UNESCO go 2-up against Donuts. But signs of life have been shown by Donuts. So hopefully we can see a map or two, perhaps, maybe even 3 if we're lucky.
And I've got to come clean. I've been in bitter sadness, rooting for Donuts as one of the home teams, but it's not looking good. I believe they can make a reverse sweep.
UNESCO have been showing a very just dominant dive team here. They've just been playing it so well. So I really do hope Donuts manage to take a map or two, because they've also been playing very well. They're on the winner side of this bracket for a reason. They won their first game. They're no slouches, but UNESCO have just been a step above them this so far, it seems.
The way these teams have been combining all of their utility and ability together to fight and clutch up these scenarios is so crazy. And what's even crazier is we're going to New Junk City again.
Exact same 3 maps. Teams are favorites, it seems.
Clearly, Overwatch players are all in a hive mind.
They all know one thing, and it's Ilios, Blizzard World, New Junk City. I'm surprised I'm surprised King's Row or something wasn't being picked.
I know, if King's Row's not on... Yep.
But Blizzard World's been picked twice. Hopefully, we saw a 3-0 last time. Hopefully this changes this time. We've seen the same maps. I want a different outcome though. New Junk City last time being taken to a 0.5. So I'm hoping to see something similar here. But it's gonna be an uphill battle for Donuts, I think. Dive kind of naturally does. It depends on the point, of course, because that's the magic of Flashpoint. Every point is different. But Dive does a very good job here because there's just... Actually, on this first point, how does it do? You have to walk through like an insane choke point to get onto the point, and even when you get onto the point, it's just weird narrow corridors, and then the point itself, which I guess is a little more open. But I'm actually interested to see the difference in gameplay here.
I'm definitely excited to see more of the Cassidy from Exuti that played the game last game. They've clearly got the nutrients to pull it off. Like, you know, those shots were nice. You've got to respect it. I want to see it again. Look at that
flank here from the Kiriko and the Reaper going from behind, realizing that they can't just all run on normally through the choke point, but
went a little bit too quick. They needed to calm down just slightly.
Oh, Lucio narrowly making it out, but nice win from Donuts there. Excellently played. They played to their comp's strengths. UNESCO College London getting a little bit ambitious there, I think. You're playing into a Cass, you're playing into a Mei, you're playing into a Sigma. Yeah. I don't think you want to be taking these fights in small, narrow rooms. Whereas Donut's very comfortable with it.
If UNESCO are going to be winning these fights, they've got to have near perfect Wraiths, Suzus, and Monkey Bubbles.
Yeah, look, that Wraith actually. Yeah, the Wraith fight was so interesting. The Wraith fight was burnt so early that like by the time that Reaper just was back in line of sight when they popped out, but
it's still not enough. Being chased.
Kiriko showing the proficiency to the kunai there, but not enough to take the fight. And we'll see if UNESCO. I think UNESCO are barely going to be able to touch here. It's going to be a pretty messy fight from them, I feel.
Yeah, they might.
I don't even know.
They might just call this one quits.
Yeah, I don't think they're even trying to contest this point. Trying to. There you go. They're gonna just try run to the point before Donuts can make it.
What they do have is the Primal, which create a lot of space here. Oh, and the Genji going down already.
the Mei wall they're making is trapping the Genji into the Winston. Winston had ult to bail out, but the Genji does not have a 1000 HP ult that he can just click.
This Kareem pick is Cassidy. Sorry, is doing so much work. The CC of the grenade, the heavy hitting damage from the primary fire, the ability to just roll out of the way of damage as well. It's very oppressive against this team. A team that relies on speed, abilities to survive, and getting in and getting out and doing damage. Cassidy is a very strong pick if babysat by the team.
Yeah, Cassidy there, burning ult as well during that fight, but let's be real, it's just an ability. It's a glorified ability. The more impactful to get during that fight with a break gun and a Nana, so we'll see what happens here. But Mei falls early, so that's one ult out of the question. Sigma ult gets committed. Picks on both sides, but
It seems like they just might be able to pull this fight back, but they're having a hard time against that Cassidy.
Cassidy getting the Lucia. Do they have the staying power in this fight to commit to it? It seems they do.
Yeah, they're just playing with the Sigma. They want that extra time. They want to waste a bit of time, and they did.
Yeah, Sigma not going to be getting back to point anytime soon, so that's a very valuable percentage, especially in Flashpoint where it just builds up so quickly.
It's little things like that that show off confidence, that really displays the difference between lower skill rated players and higher coordinated teams. Because that 10 extra percentage, the slowed down Sigma, can make all the difference at the end of the day.
I mean, look, they didn't win the first fight and they're already in the lead despite I think only 1 or 2 fights occurring. And again, the Mei falls early. I think the Mei's trying to just play aggressively here to pop the ult, but getting punished for it.
Okay, it seems like they're starting to suss out how to make this dive work now. Now, they're all even.
They didn't change anything. They kept the recipe the same, but the sauces that come out this time is looking drastically different to the one on the first point. I also think it's the nature of every point is a bit different. That one was way more open and a lot easier to approach and execute your dives on compared to the previous one where everything was just a lot more close off.
Yeah, it's like if this map is a recipe, the cheese was under the sauce. Like the first point, they just didn't want it.
But here, who wants it more here?
The rush, the Genji going straight in, getting stepped, and it doesn't even matter.
Yes, kill. Reaper getting 2 here. Male committed, not going to get much. With the staying power of Briggle here, it's still winnable, but no, not quite. Just again, a well-executed dive from Unisco. Despite despite the Genji getting slept, despite Briggle being popped and slowing down the pace of the fight, despite the Male being used, they still managed to clutch out the winner.
They also getting the ult advantage economy and winning the fight. That's nice, you know. Donuts using 3, Unisco using 2, and you still confidently win the fight. That's setting you up nicely for the rest of this objective.
And Winston here, just playing the corner, not wanting to commit too many resources here, but Blade is down.
Oh,
It doesn't have, but it doesn't matter. The backline manages to fend off the Genji there. But Nano's committed, but onto the Sigma now. Will it be enough? What a nice coordinated dive from them. Identifying the Mei was blown and just instantly 3 players from the side of Unisco appear to just punish her.
and they've done it again with the. I feel like a broken record. The ult economy, they won it again. Wanton almost hitting another primal. You've got the Kiriko rush coming for this next fight. The Death Blossom.
Players
They are really.
about where the point is.
They are really set up nicely here.
Now
If the-
Donuts take the point first, which is big for them because their comp is a lot better at holding a point than it is at taking a point. But This is a very open point. A lot of airspace of his Winston to traverse through.
The supports from Donuts are going to have to be hot on the ball to stop this Reaper ult here, because whoever takes this point first could really take the game.
Yeah, this is potentially the
And that's what they did.
Donuts winner's life on the point here. It's left, but it doesn't gonna matter. Brig alone isn't gonna be breaking through that primal.
Oh, it's still not enough.
I mean, both supports are down. There's no staying power on the side. Winston against a Reaper. Not gonna have a good time. Barely manages to make it out. No! Very nicely identified that everybody was dead, so he could peacefully chase out Winston.
Okay.
Donuts, there we go. That's the signs of life we were looking for. 1-2, they win this, goes 2-2. Still a very winnable map. Ult-wise, Briggle, very big into the side of Unisco. Mail is on deck. I think they're approaching 5, so they're in a very comfortable position here, whereas Unisco are going to be the ones having to make a play.
Unisco are going to have to do something about this ult difference.
Maywall, single, keeps the Winston alone, but not. Maybe going to be able to punish it, actually. Briggle has popped, the survivability of his team has just doubled. Not gonna capitalize off of the potential for the stun though. Unisco very smartly kindly drop out. Oh, but Nano Blossom, the Beyblade comes through. But
it was
that does mean that Donuts are now 2-2 on this map and can continue keep themselves in this set.
See, objective wise, it was a successful fight. But
you look at the top left.
All 5 ults, and that's
those are very small numbers.
Yeah, now you're leaving Unisco at a heavy advantage for these first couple fights on this next objective. All they have to do is play slow and safe, and this could be theirs.
A very nice point for both of the Reapers here, being able to play around all of these corners or around all of these boxes. Reaper his form out actually. May and might raise him out. Yes. Who's the point goes to Unisco first, and if this fight keeps on going, this is better for them.
Oh no.
There falls the Brig. Kiri is failed in return.
It's a very scrappy fight. This could go either way. Oh, and the Blossom coming out.
Feeding the Sigma, 700 HP Sigma coming out, but not going to be enough to survive.
Oh, I don't think we quite caught that. Unisco was able to capture the point a long time ago, way before the fight. That whole fight, they were winning, gaining percentage.
The longer that fight went on for, the better, because the more ults they could build, the more they could get out of Donuts, and the closer to winning the entire set they get. This is potentially the life of Donuts' winner's life in this bracket here. Currently 2-0 down, 2-2 on this point. Winner at this point.
Hard.
Sojourn repositioning.
Is ready.
On the high ground, who's going to contest it? There's an Echo now on the side of Donuts. Gets nanoed, but it's not good. Barely enough to survive. Huge damage reduction coming out from the nano. And actually, there's
and the rush is
on both sides. Unisco slightly in the advantage here. Again, very messy fight. Briggle pops.
Oh no.
No.
And very well done to Unisco.
Goes to a 0.5. Ending it despite that, Unisco 3-0 up in this entire series. They continue on their winner's tear. And Donuts being sent down to losers. Again, I don't think the 3-0. I don't think the scoreboard quite represented how this series went. This went to 0.5.
That game could have really gone either way. Maybe if they used one ult less in this play of the game here while that was happening, everything could have been different. It was so close. And you can't really sum it up to skill differences, player differences. It was just very slight team macro plays that made a bit of a difference, and that bit of a difference took Unisco the whole way.
for a team that seemingly just appeared in the last few months, UNESCO have very good coordination. We were looking at the points earlier, and yeah, they appeared in spring of last year. It's their first placement, and instantly second seed in this bracket. First seed fell, so I know seeding doesn't mean everything here, but managing to show that they deserve their second seed, and just showing a very dominant display here against Donuts.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know, incredibly well played by UNESCO. For having a coordinated dive is a very difficult job. Dive is especially when there are lots of characters in this game that are like specifically designed seemingly to slow you down. And Donuts were running at a few points. Eurissa came out. We saw the Sigma come out. The May and Cassidy were just pulled out at various moments. UNESCO just managed to play through it anyways, and through, I think, very, very good adaptations mid-fight, and just incredible teamwork in general. Managed to break through the comp seemingly designed to slow them down.
But yeah, amazing work from both teams. Remember, Donuts are not down and out. They go to the losers bracket. Maybe this is what they wanted. They wanted their Cinderella story, make a crazy comeback. You don't know.
Yeah.
They planned it.
But after that win there for UNESCO, we'll be going to a break, and we'll be coming back to you soon. welcome back to the University Esports Overwatch 2 Winter 2023 playoffs. We just watched Unisco College, Frio Donuts, and we're here joined by Sean, a player from their team.
Hi,
First of all,
everyone.
Sean, how is your team so coordinated? How are your dives so good? For a team that seemingly just appeared a few months ago, how have you done it?
Yeah, I mean, I guess just a lot of practice, a lot of VOD reviews. We've got really good coaches. Like, we're lucky to have Cointree and Awkward. Like, they've given us a lot of good advice over our scrims and stuff, which has helped us. And also, like, changing the team comp a little bit. We used to run Anna, and then me playing Kiriko helped us kind of do like a proper 5-man dive.
Makes sense.
So, how have you guys taken in the experience of, I'm assuming meeting new people and new players and becoming a university team, and kind of like, how's that like changed you?
Oh, it's a deep question. Well, I mean, a lot of us have actually been playing together for a few years, so we've never had too much success in New Orleans NSE. This is probably our best season so far. I think we've changed a lot over the years. There's a lot of character development that goes into it when you're playing in a team. And also the main thing I think is holding each other to standards, and not being afraid to like tell each other, give each other criticism, and also be good at taking feedback. I think that's the main thing that we've gotten better at.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I think another question I have is you don't typically see a lot of Reaper being ran with the dive, especially you're running the Winston, you're running the Tracer, occasionally on the Genji, but the Reaper it seems like your own addition to the comp, your own little flavor to the dive. What's the, if you don't want to reveal too much, go ahead, but what's the vision with the Reaper here?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, so we have a Reaper player called Carl, who he's a very, very good Reaper player. And even though Reaper's not the most expected thing to run with our team comp, we kind of have like just practiced with it. We follow this rule, I guess, of just trying to play what we're good at. And I think that's how we've become so successful. We're not trying to necessarily play the exact meta, we're just playing what we're good at and learning how to play it well.
That's good. You can tell the Reaper being able to just like be a budget tank out moments, just contest the points when your Winston's out fulfilling a dive. Your Reaper is just doing a lot. Just was able to just take some space and just kind of keep it for a while whilst the rest of your team running around. So it was pretty unique, but very effective and very well executed.
Yeah.
Dive with the Reaper there.
I mean, he's a very good Reaper, so he's able to adapt to like loads of situations.
Yeah. No echo comp slowed you down.
No.
Fair enough. On Blizzard World, there was a segment of time where Donuts started to pick up momentum, and it looked like they was about to force herself back into the game. And you guys ended up shutting that down at the end of the second point. Was there any talks you guys went through that changed that, or was it just it just happened in the moment?
Honestly, it happened so like I was so into it. I don't really remember all of it too well. It happened so quick, but I think we just tried to not lose our heads, just stay calm, and try and take each fight, like think what we can do better each fight.
Right. Do you want to shout out any coaches, players, yourself, anybody in your team you want to give an MVP award to for tonight?
I mean, the whole team's MVP. This is amazing. Like, we never really expected to be doing this well in Newell this term.
Yeah, you have the highest seed left in winners bracket. Warwick lost earlier today, so you're the highest seed left in winners. So no pressure.
Yeah,
but the eyes are on you now.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, also like we have amazing coaches. Cointree has been amazing for us. Also had some coaching from Awkward as well, which is amazing as well. He's really good at coaching us individually. Yeah. I also have a Twitch.
Well,
Almost
you're streaming
forgot
on it
to.
today, right?
I'm streaming today. Yes.
Go ahead. We want to.
Tornado FPS.
Perspective. Sorry, I
If
spoke
you
over it.
wanna, Tornado FPS. Yeah,
Winners POV from now on.
yeah. I made a couple of mistakes, but yeah, winners POV.
All right. Well, thank you for the interview. We hope to see UNESCO and Imperial continue doing well. Again, you're the highest seed left in winners, so the expectations are now have been put down from first seed onto second onto you. What's your
A lot of pressure.
Yeah? Hopefully, your coaches, the individual players keep putting in their work and performance and keep doing well for the next few weeks, and maybe we'll see you in person in 2 weeks.
Great. Thank you so much, guys.
All right.
Good luck.
Thanks for coming on. And good luck
Thank
with the rest
you.
of your adventures. But I think on our side, Finn, I think that's the end of the broadcast for today. Unless we have any other games, but I don't think so. That was sadly 2 3-0s. But again, as we said in the moment, the scoreline didn't quite represent actually how close the games were. 3-0, but a close 3-0, as you like to say.
Yeah. I mean, it's been great. I was loving it. I could have done with even more. You know, the games have been insanely close and really fun. So yeah, hopefully we get some closer matches next week.
I mean, as the bracket goes on, the good teams. We're already just full of good teams, but the best of the best are the ones that are going to stick around and make it far and hopefully give us some close sets and close games. Especially, yeah. Also, I'd like to see more maps. Ilios, we saw Ilios, we saw Blizzard World, we saw New Junk City, which all fun maps, like a lot of diversity, especially in Ilios and New Junk City. The variety of points allowed a few different comps and things to flourish, but Blizzard World especially just kind of seems to have one comp doing well.
Yeah.
Any other points about today? Any comments about the future, maybe?
About the future? Kings Row 2023.
Ooh, true. Where is it? Where is it at?
I could be wrong. It might not even be in rotation, but we will make Kings Row happen.
All right, but thank you everybody for watching the University Esports broadcast here today. This was the Overwatch 2 winners side of bracket today. We'll see some losers later, but this has been the players bracket, so there are a lot of other teams playing as well, fighting for the smaller titles. But this is where it counts. This is where everything starts. So hopefully you tune into the future broadcasts as well. And yeah, thanks for watching everybody today.
All right.
See you next week.
Goodbye.